All right, hello. My name is Javon Mustin. I'll be presenting the negative standpoint of the argument in if collegiate sports are doing more harm than good. At the current state of collegiate sport, there is no compensation for the players involved. This is actually beneficial to not just the players, but also the infrastructure of the NCAA. Obviously, um, this helps these big Ivy League teams put more money back into the schools, back into the facilities, back into the books, back into the teachers and the professors and things like that, because they're making a massive amount of money through the influx of ticket sales, selling out stadiums, whether it's in soccer, basketball, football, and they're being funded by different grants and things like that. And on top of that, you have endorsements for the NCAA Final Four and the tournaments between and all the different sports. So um, think for a minute if you know these young people whom were the man in their high school. They were the man, the woman. They were that guy. They were the go-to person. They're the best in their city. Imagine what happens to their ego when they come to a college and see that they're not the man anymore. It takes a hit, right? But that wouldn't be the case if these players would come into a collegiate situation with $20,000, $30,000, anywhere around that just to play. Um, a lot of people would say that a big part of college is learning how to budget. It's learning to take the little money that you have from grants and financial aid and everything else and making that last, making that go somewhere. A lot of people will say that that's the biggest part of college, like the most one of the most essential parts of college. Now you strip that away from these players by giving them money, um, thousands of dollars on top of them having a full ride, a full scholarship. Um, I think it would be a detriment to the players learning how to budget and learning how to um, be a part of society that you may or may not be a part of. Maybe you make it to the NFL, maybe you don't. You have to learn how to budget to so that you can make it through that time. Um, but this could drastically affect people. We've seen um, how it affected the drive and the work ethic of some players when they made it to the NFL. After winning in college, Johnny Manziel went into the draft. Everyone thought he would go within the top 10 picks within the NFL draft. Um, just because of those thoughts alone, he got tons of endorsement deals, and he was very highly praised from everyone. He didn't go very high in the draft. He went in the first round. He was one of the first quarterbacks picked, but he went around 25th. He was like the 25th pick of the draft. But the damage was already done. This man's work ethic was very bad on the practice field. He had issues off of the field. He didn't They didn't care about anybody telling him about himself or what he should do or how he should carry himself thus forward, because he thought he was that guy. He did very well and his confidence went up through college. He also got endorsements at the end of his college, career from NFL and other things like that, Pepsi and stuff like that. And all it did was make the monster in him stronger. Okay? We have evidence in the opposite effect with Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat now. Um, this young man went very low in the draft. He was around the 20th of the second or third round. For for that level in the draft, there is no signing bonus. He wasn't. He had very little recognition. Didn't have any at all. But Jimmy did everything in his power just to become a prolific player, to become a player that he is now, which is a max contract player within a very reputable organization. Um, In closing, because I don't want to get too much into this, in closing, by not funding collegiate athletes to keep students focused on what's important now, and at the same time give players more incentive to work hard and get to the pros with their best development in mind. I believe that is where collegiate sports are at, and that is my negative approach or argument to is collegiate sports doing more harm than good. Thank you.